Hi everyone, welcome to Drawing Hub. This is Sanjana, and in this video we'll be continuing with operating system. Okay, so in this video I'll be just telling some of the points which we have missed in the previous two videos. Okay. Operating system can be explained using two viewpoints, either in the user's viewpoint or in the system view. User's view, how we can explain operating system. The user's view of the computer varies according to the interface being used. Most computer users sit in front of a PC. Okay, most computer users sit in front of a PC consisting of there will be a monitor, there will be a keyboard, there will be a mouse and system unit. So here the goal is to maximize the work that the user is performing. The work done should be maximized. The operating system is designed now in user's view. It should be ease of use should be there with some attention paid to performance. Also, we have to look forward. And here we are not looking anything about resource utilization and all, because in user's view, if I am a user and what I am expecting from operating system, it should be easy for me to use, and yeah, performance should be there. But do I think, okay, how the resource utilization is done, how the hardware and software resources are shared? I don't think about all those things. No. In other cases, a user sits at a terminal connected to a mainframe or a mini computer. Now, other users are accessing the same computer through terminals. So, this is one case for a normal person. Now, in other cases, a user will be there. He or she will be sitting at a terminal. There will be a mainframe or there will be a mini computer. Here there will be one user. Now, other users are accessing the same computer through other terminals. And there will also be other terminals and there will be other users also accessing the same computer. Now, the operating system in such cases is designed to maximize the resource utilization. So, in that case, it is designed to maximize the resource utilization. In some other cases, if we are looking, users sit at workstation connected to networks of other workstations and servers. The user interface for mobile computers generally features a touch screen. Okay, there is mobile computers. If they look forward for touch screen. Here the user interacts with the system by pressing and swiping fingers across the screen rather than using a physical keyboard and mouse. So in this touch screen, mobile computer with a touch screen, in that case, the user does not have to use this physical keyboard or mouse. Rather, he or she can just press and swipe the fingers. Basic things of how we use a phone. Some computers have little or no user view. So embedded computers and home devices and automobile. So that is about user view. System view, we can view an operating system as resource allocator. Okay. Here, system, according to system, it is a resource allocator. In previous thing, when I have told you, user view, we do not have to pay attention to resource utilization. But here, system view have to pay attention to resource allocator. A computer system has many resources that may be required to solve a problem. Okay, resources means same thing, we are repeating it again and again. CPU, time, memory, space, file storage, IO devices, so many things are there. And the operating system acts as the manager of these resources. These resources have to be managed and the operating system is the manager. Decide how to allocate them to specific program and users so that it can operate the computer system efficiently and fairly. So, operating system is a control program. And what is the control program? Control program will manage the execution of user program to prevent errors and improper use of the computer. It is especially concerned with the operation and control of IO devices. And these things which I have learned, the Bootstrap program, as I told you, when a computer is being started, the bootstrapping will be there. Okay. For a computer to start running when it is powered up or rebooted, we say rebooted, it needs to have an initial program to run. So this is the Bootstrap program, is the initial program. And it is stored within the computer hardware either in ROM, read-only memory, or electrically erasable programmable read-only memory, that is EEPROM. Electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. And it must know how to load OS kernel to main memory, and it is known by the general term firmware. Bootstrap program. Then system call. Software may trigger an interrupt by executing a special operation called a system call. We can call the system call as also as a monitor call. So when the CPU is interrupted, we know what an interrupt is. What is an interrupt? When there is some, okay, here we didn't say what it is. The occurrence of an event is usually signaled by an interrupt from either the hardware or the software. Hardware send a signal to the CPU. It's not written over here. So interrupt means a program is being executed. A main program is being executed. Okay, this main program is being run, and then suddenly another program comes and asks it to execute it. So that is an interrupt. It is going on, interruption. You know what interruption means. So when something was going on, another guy came and asked, you have to execute me. So then there will be a halt in that. So it is a signal. So that is software may trigger an interrupt by executing. So that interrupt, the software might trigger an interrupt by executing a special operation called a system call. So when the CPU is interrupted, so when CPU is interrupted, whatever it is doing, it will stop that and transfer execution to a fixed location. Now, fixed location will contain the starting address of ISR, and ISR will execute. Now, on completion, CPU will resume. So, once the interrupt is completed, the CPU will resume its execution. The previous thing will be done. The addresses of the interrupt service routines for the various devices in the form of array or interrupt vector. These things we'll be discussing in the later chapters in detail. So I'm just skipping off these things. Okay. Okay. These things we have already learned about the clusters and all in the previous video, right? Types of OS, we don't have that as of now. All this time sharing, CPU scheduling, this scheduling, all this you have to learn. Okay. Operating system services. Okay. An operating system provides an environment for the execution of programs. It provides certain services to programs and to the users of those programs. Okay. So what all services the operating system provides? That is first one, user interface. Okay, this one we have already told. Command line interfaces. This is command line interface. I didn't show you the figure before. This is a command line interface and this is a graphical user interface. We also have batch interface, right? One. Program execution. I'm just telling the heading because you don't have to learn in detail what the services are. Program execution. To execute program, we must be able to load a program into the memory. Then IO operations are there. So IO operations means it can involve a file or IO devices, and they do not have to, the users do not have to, cannot control IO devices directly. Then program execution is there, IO operation is there, the figures for it. See, source program execution means a source code will be there, it will be compiled, object code, executed, and will get the output. Again, IO operations. There will be input will be given. Okay, inputs will be given, it will be processed, and we get the output. Then file system manipulation. That is, the program have to be read and written, right? Files and directories, those things. That is how it should be managed. File systems have to be managed. That is file system manipulation. And then communication. One process needs to exchange information with another process. Okay. So file system manipulation and then communication, to communicate. Then error detection. If there are any errors, they have to be detected and they have to be corrected constantly. And then these are the services. Services we don't have to look. Now, these things, functions also we have discussed in the first video. There are different. Okay, this is given in detail. I'll attach this, all these things in the, just check in the comment section. You can see that. Okay, system call will be looking in the next video. Okay, this was just a fill up for the rest, the previous two videos. Okay, so till then, we'll continue the rest in the next video. So till then, bye bye. Thank you.